It's Susan from Stratus, and today we're talking about what you should do if you end up on a wait list for a business school you really want to attend. There are going to be 8 tips, so stick with me as we go through those. First thing I want you to do is relax and breathe. I realize this is not what you hoped for after having put in a ton of effort to both your career and putting forward a strong application. But the good news is you are still in play. The school is interested in having you as part of their community. If they didn't see something promising in your candidacy, you would have been denied. So keep that in mind. Second thing I want you to do is follow the instructions. Every school is slightly different in terms of what they expect and allow for people who are on the wait list. Some will say, we'll give you instructions and you can submit one update. Others will say nothing. So you can presume that they're open to hearing from you. Make sure if you do want to go to this school, you secure your seat on that wait list or in that wait pool, as it's sometimes called, to make sure you've indicated to them that you want to remain in play. All right. Third tip is to look at the numbers. The GMAT and the GRE often drive rankings. If you have a test score that is below the averages at these schools or the school in which you are on the wait list, you might consider retaking. But don't just go out and retake the test. Make sure that you prepare appropriately. So if you've taken the test just once and all you did was study on your own, perhaps you want to take a formal class. If you've taken a class, perhaps you want to get a tutor. If you've taken the test multiple times and are plateauing, look to a tutor to guide you in perhaps some tactics that will help you to bump your score up. And finally, you might even consider switching tests. If you have kind of maxed out on the GMAT, take a pass at the GRE, feel that out, see if it's a better test for you. The fourth thing that you want to think about if you're on a wait list for business school is to connect with that school. And what does this look like in real terms? It means attending webinars, perhaps setting up a school visit, sitting in on a class, engaging with students. If you've already done all those things, you might look to see if the school has a conference in your area of interest and sign up to attend that. A number of years ago, I had a client who was waitlisted at his top choice school. His background and interests were in the energy space. The school was having an energy conference. He reached out to some of the organizers for that conference, signed up and went to the conference. And not only was he there, while he was there, he volunteered to help out with the conference. Things like this can demonstrate your commitment to being part of this school community. The fifth thing you can do if you are on the wait list is ask for additional support. Again, if it falls within the instructions the school has given you, you might have someone submit an extra recommendation. Perhaps you're waitlisted at a school that only required or allowed one recommendation. Chances are, if you applied elsewhere, 2 people wrote recommendations for you. You can ask that second person to just send your recommendation into the school where you've been waitlisted. Alternatively, perhaps you opted not to use your current supervisor because maybe you had only worked for them for a few months when your application was due. At this point, they have more time working with you and they might be well positioned to add a little bit more color into your application. Furthermore, you might ask people you know who are either at that particular program or are alumni of that program to submit a letter of support on your behalf. Again, check to make sure that's okay with the school. The sixth thing that you can do if you're on a wait list is prepare for actually being in that school. This comes in kind of 2 forms. The biggest one that hits most people is quantitative preparation. If you have not used your quantitative skills in a while, you might consider taking a pre-MBA quant class that will expose you to the basics of finance, accounting, Excel spreadsheets, stats, so you can hit the ground running with great confidence. If you are not a native English speaker and are not speaking English all the time, you might want to take a class or find someone to have conversations with on a regular basis to ensure that your language skills are up to par and will allow you to participate and thrive in an MBA program. The seventh thing you can do is submit an update. Keep an eye on when the next deadlines are for releasing decisions, and make sure that you have an update into the school at least 2 weeks in advance. They will be reviewing your application along with the applications of the candidates in subsequent rounds. And if you get something in, you want to make sure it's there in plenty of time for them to take a look before they lock in decisions for the next round. And finally, if you've been accepted somewhere else, make sure to show the love to that school. Get a deposit in at another school because you don't know what's going to happen with the waitlist. You don't want to miss an opportunity to attend a school that has accepted you. And in your update, you might say, hey, I've been accepted at this other program and I've made a deposit there, but I would prefer to attend this program for which I am on the wait list. And rest assured, if you admit me, I will walk away from that deposit and deposit immediately with your school. I really want to be in your program. Finally, a couple words of encouragement here. The wait list can go on for a really long time. One of my former clients was put on the quote summer wait list, and she said to me, it feels like I'm in a toxic relationship where someone might propose to me or they might just dump me, and I don't know which is going to happen. Ultimately, she removed herself from that wait list and went to another school. We have had people who were accepted the week before a program was starting. And one year I had a guy who was already in orientation at one program when he got a call from a program where he was still on the wait list. He dropped everything and relocated to attend this program. And finally, there was a guy I worked with who was on the wait list all the way through the summer. When classes started, he was kind of crushed. But 3 weeks later, on the deadline for round one for the subsequent matriculating class, he got an email saying that he had already been accepted for the next year and he didn't even need to reapply. So believe in yourself and good things will happen here. Good luck. Wish you all the best.